there's no more stun for that. That shit's mad good. That's punishable. When I try to play certain games, some games operate better than others. So, because I don't have a capture card, right? So what I do, for those that don't know, I'll be on my Xbox, then I go to the Xbox app on the laptop, I hit remote, so then whatever has happened on my console happens within the app. Then I screen record the app in OBS. But some games just for whatever reason work better. So for instance, like Tekken 8, unfortunately, works perfect with this setup. Because the way I usually do it is, right now I'm looking at the camera. Like I'm looking at the camera. So the chat, I would have the chat right here on my laptop. And I'd play the game off my screen, which I'm looking this way. But for Virtua Fighter, for whatever fucking reason, Virtua Fighter, the minute I minimize the screen and go to the OBS app to where I can see the chat, for whatever reason, the game just doesn't function. So now, like, in order for me to actually get this shit to work, I have to show the act, like basically I'm watching my own stream on my big screen TV, and that's how I'm able to see the chat on the screen. And now I'm having to play the game off my laptop, which is real awkward for me because I'm used to looking at the game on my TV. So it's kind of like fucking weird. But yeah, so I wanted to just kind of just share, like, just I was just kind of in the lab, and I was like, you know, let me just hop on and just some things that I just like about this game, and besides, like the Invincible versus game is coming out soon. Let me go to a different stage, actually, different music or whatever. Let's see. I like this. I like the stage, actually. All right. So one of the things that I was that I noticed is that with Virtua Fighter, like the characters, to me, they're just vastly superior to Tekken characters. They're vastly. It's not even a fucking. It's not even comparison. Like I feel like every character in this game has pretty much everything that they need to be effective, and like it just simple things like and also help, like what helps is like understanding like frame data and shit like that. Like if you have a good understanding of frame data, like that's good. So basically I have the op to, like, you know, mash, you know, as soon as he blocks, which is what a lot of people tend to do. So the thing is with Virtua Fighter that I noticed is that a lot of moves are safe. A lot of moves are safe on block. Like a move like this, I would expect a move like this to be punishable. This is like forward 1 or P, whatever. I speak in Tekken language, so this is like forward 1. And oh, actually, well, no, because I changed the buttons around. So yeah, it's forward punch, and it's like in this game it feels like a big tennis match, because it's like, all right, well, if I strike you, I step, boom, bop, like that's what it comes down to. So now it's like, all right, well, if I'm gonna be doing a bunch of side steps, if I'm gonna time that, then I can either just, I think grab's track in this game, or I could just go for like a tracking attack or something, or an attack that goes in the direction that you're sidestepping, and then the properties of that move changes. So if you do a particular move that happens to catch you in that direction you're sidestepping, it might go from just a move that will hit you to like a move that will knock you in the air and float you. So it's really, really interesting. Yeah. And then another thing I like, I really like these moves here. Like this, I think they added this for Lion. And then you have the mid version, and then it's like, the thing I like about it is the fact that it's a 21 frame attack, and the mid version is like, what, 22, 23. So it's literally, and it's a perfect high crush also. So even though I'm minus, like even if I'm -8 doing this move, I can still, yo, that's crazy. I can still go, I can still high crush that. That's wild. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like, there's just certain, like, the mechanics of this game for me is just vastly superior to this game, to Tekken actually. Yeah, it's kind of awkward for me because it's like I'm literally looking at my stream on a TV and it's like super delayed. So it's just kind of like yeah. But like for instance, like this move here, which is like back one PK, like this move here, it's like a perfect high crush, and then it's like +19. But if I do a punch back punch, it becomes +24. So when this move is +24, what move can I do with Lion that's going to reach him from that distance? Well, then I could do forward punch, and that's 23 frames. So that's why this works. That's why that's guaranteed. Because forward punch is 23 frames. This move here is +24, so you have 1 frame to make this connection. That's why I did it late, so the character's gonna block. But if you do it fast enough, it's guaranteed. And then from there, you can... Hold on, let me see. There's a now you saw that? That was the old Tekken bound. That's the shit Tekken fucking stole, like, from many Tekkens ago. I also like this string here. This. Like, I feel like this is like really, really good because you can reset this over and over again. And then it's like this one I like because it's the first punch is +1. So you can literally just do this and just do the first punch and you're plus. So the thing is, so the reason why I really like this string, you know, now mind you, I'm no Virtua Fighter expert, but I do like this string because the first 2 punches jails. So you can see that they can't interrupt that, but they can mash with the kick. So it's like I can literally just do this, and go back and just keep looping it. But if I do manage to kick, that's guaranteed. That's all guaranteed. So I like the utility from that, and that's something that I feel is missing out of Tekken, honestly. And also he has other moves too, like this right here. Like for instance, I feel like if people are gonna try to sidestep, let me see. Bop, sidestep, you got that. So if they happen to sidestep, that, like this kick right here would like track them because as you can see on the screen on the lower right hand corner, this right here you can't step that. That's what it says. It's circular. It can't evade. So it just feels like to me, in Virtua Fighter, like every character from what I can see, like has things that it feels like the characters are more fleshed out. And it just feels like, I don't know, it just feels like this game is just done well. It's just done in the proper way. That's what it feels like to me. Let me see. Alright. And then another thing that I've noticed in this game that is similar with Dead or Alive is that a lot of moves and strings can be delayed. So you could think like somebody is done with their attack, but a lot of times you can delay that last move. I've seen that with a couple other characters. Like say for instance, like punch, and I delay the last one, like that, because they can only retaliate after the first 2 hits. So after the first 2 hits, I could just go low. I could just do that, but I can delay that as well. So what that ends up happening is, what I've seen in Virtua Fighter is you can do a string and just don't finish the last bit and just go for something else. And I feel like that's like a lot more effective in this game than something like Tekken. Because for me, if I feel like, all right, somebody's just gonna mash, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do punch, back punch, and I'm like, and I'm just gonna do this and take your fucking life. Like, that's it. But then it's like, if they're not pressing after this, then I'm like, all right, so you're not gonna be mashing. Now I'm just gonna go for a fucking grab and just take all your fucking life this way. So that's why, like, I just feel like this is a better fighting game experience. And I know like this game has its, it has its tiers. I know there's characters in here that might be a little bit busted or whatever, but at the same time, there are no like wild, like there's no fucking heat in this game. There's no fucking rage art in this game. Like if you're getting your fucking ass beat in this game, then you just need to get good. Like you just need to step your shit up and get good. You don't have like help me mechanics in this game to steal a fucking round from somebody that bust their ass and did what they needed to do. If you're gonna come back on somebody in this game, you have to rely on your own skill. That's just what it is. And that's just what I notice. And the thing is, I feel like characters that are very similar to like Tekken characters, it's like the Virtua Fighter equivalent absolutely dog walks the Tekken characters. Like I don't think there's anybody that's like this for like Lion in Tekken. But let me show Kage, right? That this is the perfect example. If you compare fucking Kage to Raven in Kage to Raven from Tekken. Let me see. There's so many things that Kage has. When I play this game and I'm like, wait a second, why the fuck Raven can't do this shit? Like for instance, if I'm like this with if I'm back turn with this guy, why the fuck does Raven not why can't Raven do this? Why is that not a move that Raven can do in Tekken 8? I mean, I'm mind fucked. I'm literally mind fucked. Like something as simple as that. Even Ayane in Dead or Alive has that, and she's a shinobi as well. and her game revolves around her being back turned. Like that shit is crazy to me. And you can actually loop this to a degree. Wait a second. Hold on. Nah, hold on. I don't have the muscle memory yet. It's this. Wait, I almost had it. It's just wild, man. And I really like his moves. I like this stance. I think this is pretty cool. You can dash with this. You can back dash. That's a guard break. It's like plus 17. You can, I think it was it? I think it's this one, right? Let me see. I think it's this. Oh no, it wasn't that one. At least that's not the one I saw. It was this, pop, or something like that. Yeah, some shit like that. Yeah, this. It's like, my point is like, it feels like every character in this game absolutely shits on the Tekken version of these characters. Like when I compare this character to Raven, it's a fucking joke. It literally is a joke. Like, for instance, so most characters in Virtua Fighter, they have forward punch, right? Forward P. They kind of have like a little move like this. Well, so it's like, if you're gonna mash, like for instance, if you know Raven in Tekken, right? If you do 1-2 with Raven and go into Soul Zone, and the opponent is mashing like this, the only option you have to keep yourself safe with Raven in Tekken 8 is you have to do Raven's slide. So I'm hoping there's some of you that kind of know the Raven character in Tekken 8, because I'm trying to make some comparisons. But unfortunately, the slide from Raven in Tekken 8 is minus 14 on block. So now with Tekken 8 Season 3, when you're in Soul Zone, they allow you to do Raven's teleport to go away, right? That's the new thing they gave him in Tekken 8. And that's what you would use in the event somebody is pressing buttons. Well, if somebody is pressing buttons, you know, with fucking Kage, you just do this, and look at this. Like, look at this. You mash, you get this. And you plus 17. And that's not the only thing. Fucking oh yeah, Eye of Horus. Well, actually no, if you're referencing the stream I did, I was saying the Eye of Sauron, but you know, that was just, maybe you're talking about something else. But yeah, so now here's the thing with Kage, right? So if I do forward P into the stance, he's minus 2. But if I do back P, he's plus 1. So that means I can do this, right? But that's not the only thing you could do. From this stance, you could do punch kick, PK, and he has this move. So if he's mashing still, look at that. That's a combo starter right there. And then whatever the Kage player will do. But Raven doesn't have no fucking shit like that. Like literally, I like, now you know, people know that I am by far no Virtua Fighter expert. You know, I know experts in this game, but I know a little something about Raven. I mean, Kage, to compare him to Raven. And so when I look at this move here, this is forward P, this is 14 frames. This is 13 frames. So I already see that's the possible mix right there, because this move, from what I understand, this is a me see something. This is a high, right? This is the mid. And the thing is, if this lands, you get pretty good advantage. So if I go into the stance, I'm +8, I'm +9. So I guess what I'm trying to say here, because I'm just trying to, is the difference between this and this. You see, this right here is +1, but it's a high. But what's up, Hidden One? So I'm like over here trying to fucking rationalize why fucking this game is shits on fucking Tekken. When I'm talking about the comparisons between Kage to a shit character called Raven in Tekken 8. So with Kage in this situation, just looking at forward P and back 1, if I do the Raven equivalent, the Raven equivalent would be down back 2, which is a very good mid attack, versus standing 4-1 with Raven. Now, with this, what I like is, let me see. So if they're mashing here, if I do forward P, I don't have the advantage to do anything here. Well, not really. I mean, I could probably do something. Oh, well, actually, no, I can. I can do this. So even though I'm negative to do certain things, I do have a way out. And what's even really good is that this move itself is actually safe on block. It's only -1. Like, I love the character depth of these characters. You know, I think it's really something that is truly amazing. And I'm gonna be cycling from like different characters from character to character. I'm already gonna apologize that I'm probably not gonna be I'm probably not gonna explain things that magnificently, because I'm not a Virtua Fighter master, but I understand fighting games to know things that are good and things that are not so good. And like this character here, when I look at this guy, and I'll even put Leifei on here, I might want to do something with him. Let me see. Like, I look at Jean, because I've never used this character before, and apparently he like, this character arrived later on in like a different, like it was like a different version of Virtua Fighter 5 than I played. And this guy, I guess he's definitely like the karate master, and he has a lot of moves that remind me of Jin. Look at that. And I can already see right there, like, this move looks better animated than Jin's version. And then if I look at this, what does this look like? Looks like Heihachi's charge kick, but better. And then just looking at just the animation of the character, like, this is crazy. Like, I can charge this up. Now, this is just a regular strike, but I can charge it up. Like, the animations are so good. Even just moving around. If you notice in Tekken, you can only really sidestep in Tekken you can sidewalk going up or down. But in Virtua Fighter, you can go up, you can go down, you can go up back. Look at this. You can go down back. You can go down forward. Look at the animation. Look at the walk animation. Like, this shit is, man, and this is like almost like a 20-year-old game. It's like, oh man, like, I would say, like, literally the main reason why people the main reason why people tend to go along with Tekken is that Tekken is easier. Tekken is an easier game to pick up and mash. Tekken is, you know, that's what it is. It's easier, and people prefer, especially in America, people prefer things that's easier. There's never a time where I looked at Virtua Fighter to Tekken where I said, you know what? That looks better than Virtua Fighter. Never. But when I look at the character animations, it's no question. Like when I look at these characters, they almost look like they're like it's just properly choreographed. Characters have a very good way in which they react to moves. So I like how if I do standing 1-1, if he tries to mash out, you could do the third one, or you could do the kick. I like that. Oh, what's up, Kazama? I'm just here, messing around with Virtua Fighter. I'm literally just thinking out loud. Like, I'm really just thinking out loud, so sorry if this isn't super high level, but it's just, I'm just in awe of how detailed the characters are, you know, and like, look at this. What does this look like? Doesn't this look like a move that several other characters have in Tekken? This man got forward too. He got forward 2. He have standing 1+2. I mean, so I guess this is Virtua Fighter's answer to Jin. And what's wild is that this character does Jin better than Jin. That shit is wild to me. Oh man, this shit is crazy. Like, if I just go through some of his moves that I know. Let me see. This. Yes, this. Oh wow, look at that. That's a back forward PK. Yeah, it definitely feels like, just looking at the movement, you know, the only thing I'm not really a fan of is, I don't know why he has like some sort of tube top on. That's the only thing I'm not a fan of. But just like it just feels like I make so many discoveries in the lab with this game. It just really is very interesting. It's very interesting. Look at this. That is crazy. Yo, that, it just, when I look at this, it's like every character has like their own flash. Like they have, like, I guess what I'm trying to say, and I'm like really fumbling through this, it just feels like every character has been really like fully fleshed out. Like, I'm sure that there are tiers and shit like that in Virtua Fighter, but it does feel like every character has like what they need to win. Like, they have the tools to do what they need to do. And this is truly like a fighting game simulator. And if you want some comic book bullshit, then I guess you would go and play Tekken. But look at that. And the thing is, I like how you can delay each individual hit. Bop, bop, bop. Bop, bop, bop. And that would be the mid option. Or, the thing that I really enjoy is if the person is trying to mash, then this kick is going to get them. So if I set them back to mash on 1. Oh wait, I fucked up. Look at that. So now that becomes a counter. So bop, bop, bop. Bop, bop, bop. Or I can keep him here, and you see how he's still close. See, these are things I look at, because if you do this, this, and this, or this, and this, you see how it pushes them away. So it has like its own use, because you can utilize that to get them out the ring just like that. But if you want the person to remain close to you, you can just do the first 2 parts and then continue mixing up from there. Or if you want to take it a step further, do that. And that'll really knock them on their ass. But I have a feeling this looks like it's a high. I think this is a high attack. Let me see. That looks like a high. Yeah, that's a high attack. Okay. Oh, and you can charge this. Oh shit. Oh. So it becomes. Oh wow. So it becomes a. Wait a second. So it becomes a mid when you charge it. Oh shit. Oh, that's crazy. All right. So let me see. All right. So if he's blocking, let me see something. So it's +6. Okay. Now, of course, you know, if the op is going to like interrupt you or whatever, but that's where you would just let this go. But if you don't want to take the risk in case he's going to duck, that's why he has the. Well, actually, no. I think the kick is high too. Okay, I think the kick is high. Wait a second. I think it is high. Or is it? Let me see. Yeah, okay, so the kick is high. Is it natural? Let me see. Okay, it looks like it's natural. Okay. Okay, so you can charge the punch, but you can't charge the kick. Okay. All right. Okay. I can kind of see. I can see what how it is. Do I like MMO? I mean, it depends. It depends. I don't think I've played many of them, but I've played my share of MMOs, but it's not really something that I really like. I'm heavily involved in. Not really. Tekken using guns. Yeah, I mean, I have a feeling that the reason why they added, I think the reason why they added Clive, it could have either been what Square wanted to do, because it depends on the contract. I don't know if Tekken had the option, if Namco had the option to pick what character they wanted. I don't know. You would think that they would, but we don't know the nature of the contract because it is a licensing deal. However, Tifa or Zell, which is my personal favorite from Final Fantasy VIII, they're 2 martial artists, and those are the 2 characters that should have been placed into Tekken 8. Clive and Noctis was just a fucking joke as far as I'm concerned. I messed around with her for a bit. The Aoi character. I think that's how you pronounce it. And I really like how and even with her, I feel like she is Asuka done properly. And I think I'm gonna be saying that quite often with in this game. Like, just looking how, like, I would dare say almost like elegant. I mean, look at how she moves. You see how the cloth is moving. And of course you got the Asuka. Oh shit, we got the Asuka. Have all these different techniques you have. Like, so when she's in this stance, it's like Asuka, but she can actually do other shit. Like, she can go up, she can go down. She has different attacks from here. She has this kick, which is -2. She has this punch, which I think is a guard break. So this, and you got that. Look at this. This is actual Aikido. This is actual Aikido right here. Honestly, I think DOA is also a very strong game. It's just, unfortunately, Team Ninja don't give two fucks about you guys' community. Unfortunately, you know, these guys are like really trying to rip off the DOA community. And much like I try to talk about Tekken, I sometimes feel like these communities, they don't mind getting scammed. So it's like, what can I do? I'm a tiny channel, so I don't have the type of influence. I think it's ridiculous that you're coming out with a game that is like from 2019. You have no rollback, no crossplay, no nothing, and you're charging $40 for it. I think that's absolutely fucking absurd. But yet, and still, this game right here that I'm playing is only $19. Rollback, netcode, crossplay, actual value proposition. So while I do enjoy Dead or Alive, Team Ninja, they're just really fucked up as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, the thing is with Mai and Kula, so that situation, that's because Team Ninja, they lost the license because those are guest characters. And there's a few different reasons where it could be either Team Ninja doesn't want to renew the license. It could also be that they're not able to renew the license, at least for Mai, because Mai is already a part of Street Fighter 6. So it would probably, they probably would be able to get Kula, but if they're not able to get both, it's probably not worth it. And then the other situation is maybe they could renew the license, but based on their player data, it probably wasn't a lot of people using Mai and Kula in Dead or Alive 6, so they probably felt it wasn't worth renewing. So it could be any one of those things I just said. But ultimately, you guys will not have those two characters, and you'd be spending $40 for essentially the same game that you guys played in 2019. So I think that shit is crazy. But yeah, Virtua Fighter 4 was the first. Well, no, actually no. I played all the Virtua Fighters. Like, I tried them, but I didn't really dedicate serious time until Virtua Fighter 4 Evo. That's the time where I really dedicated more time to Virtua Fighter. And then that's when I got to know like certain people in the community. that were really keeping the Virtua Fighter scene alive here in New York, and many of them were like elite level Virtua Fighter players. For me, what made it click for me for Virtua Fighter or Dead or Alive? I mean, I can tell you both. So for Virtua Fighter, what made it click for me is seeing shit like this and actual like moves that look like if you slowed it down, you can actually train yourself how to do this. It looks like like the choreography of this is masterclass, and there isn't a lot of fantastical or over the top things that's in Virtua Fighter. It's literally just solid combat. And I found that if you are just not good enough in Virtua Fighter, it's gonna show. Because I fought elite players in this game. I fought Denkai, I fought Rodney, I fought other players, I fought Trevor, I fought a lot of these higher level Virtua Fighter players, and they eviscerate me, as they should. But I found that I can play Tekken, and if you know a combo or two, you can get by. It's very different in this game. Like your level of skill is going to reveal itself if you're not good. And I think that's part of the reason why people tend to they tend to not side with this game, because they want like a pick up and play game. And as far as I'm concerned, this is not one of them. Now, that's not to say you can't mash, but the minute you come across somebody that is like pretty good, a lot of that shit kind of goes out the window. And I like that in this game, it feels like your time in the lab is worth it. Like I can tell you, like, I can train, I can do whatever in Tekken 8, and I literally feel like I'm just not getting better at the game. Like, I feel like no matter what I do in Tekken 8, the minute somebody pops heat, it's like, okay, now I have to just deal with a whole bunch of bullshit every single round, because it's not even a mechanic that you earn, it's something that they're giving you. And a lot of times in Tekken, I feel, well, not all the time, but more often than not, I feel like in Tekken, I feel like I get cheated. Like it's kind of in Virtua Fighter, I don't feel like I get cheated if I lose. Now, if I'm, maybe if the fucking connection is horrific, maybe, which even that, I haven't come across many bad connections. And, of course, everybody doesn't like to get wrung out. Getting wrung out kind of sucks. But, genuinely, there isn't many times for me where I'm like, oh, that was bullshit, or like I felt like I got screwed over. I just got outplayed. Now, that's not to say those elements don't exist in Tekken, but I just feel like there's more times that I can count where I 1 billion% felt that I got fucked over in Tekken. And I feel like Virtua Fighter respects your time and effort more than Tekken does. That's what it feels like to me. Like, I'm trying to make sense here on the stream. Hopefully I'm doing an okay job at it. But like, for instance, when I'm playing this game and I have it set to like this, like, they're gonna retaliate after one hit, I look to see what can I do under these circumstances for somebody that's mashing. So I'm like, okay, so I could do punch, punch, back, punch, punch, punch. So they're gonna mash on the third, they're gonna get hit. I could do punch, punch, forward punch. That's like +7. I could do forward, forward, punch, punch. Do that. But also what's cool, and I will say that the practice mode in Tekken 8, I do feel it's a little bit more streamlined, honestly. So I'll give it that. So I can do this. Hold on. This. And I can cancel that. Let's look at that. Bop. So I can see a situation where if you're fighting like a high level owie, I can totally see them doing shit like this. And it's kind of go for a grab afterwards, or like some sort of a change up. I just don't have the muscle memory yet to do it. Let's see. There we go. I could do shit like that. So if the person is expecting this attack, then it's like, okay, you're just gonna be standing there. I cancel. Now I go for my grab, or I could just do something else. And in fact, that's something I see Ayane can do in Dead or Alive. She can do the when she's back turned, and she could do like she has this move where she spins like a top, and she could either kick you, I think, high or mid or low. And I like that when she's spinning like that, she can cancel the spin and go for a grab. Like, I just like that these characters, like, that's what, you know, that's something I can say. It feels like you can have your own identity playing these characters. In Tekken, it feels like most people are using characters the exact same way. Like, that's what it feels like to me. And that's another thing I do like about Dead or Alive, is that in Dead or Alive, you can actually do different types of combos, because based on the stun level you have on your opponent will afford you the opportunity to do different launchers. Another thing I really like about her, you know, just from a frame standpoint, is I like this move. So this is 23 frames and it's +3 on block. So I already see with this, I can mix up with that, because it's the same frames. So forward KG 23, down back 1 is 23 frames, and it's +1. So that's pretty cool. So I think, so for me, if I were to like to go on fucking ranked or some or quick match, I would be running this and try to get those frames, because I'm always somebody who loves to get frames. Oh, that's why I told some people that Sega didn't completely remove the stun lock. There are certain situations where you do get the stun like this, like from right there, like that, where you see the little joystick going like left and right. Like, they made an update to where they kind of removed most of those situations, but there are a few situations where it's still present. And even this, like, I like that she's like this, and she can, like, if you tap forward, she has like this move, which is a punch, and that's -8, and she has a low kick. So you can see that this is only like a 2-frame difference. So it's a pretty good mix-up. And if the person's expecting it, you could just do nothing and just go for a grab. So I really like that. So this is unsafe because this is -13. So that's pretty cool. So this, like, I like this situation here because with this, you can go into your counter stance from here. But if you don't, if you feel like they're mashing, that's where you can do forward kick, punch, and then kind of go maybe do a combo or something. Let me see. That's probably not guaranteed. And of course, the fact that you can delay this, like, look at that. That is a long ass delay. Yo, that delay is crazy. Holy shit. But they made it, okay, see, they made it so that you can't delay going into this stance. So you have to commit to this. So that makes sense. Let's see. Let's see. Like, I feel like there's characters that, like in this situation, you know, she's set to throw a punch back. So it's like a lot of this game, and I think Dead or Alive as well, is definitely a lot to do with conditioning. Because I feel like every character in this game has these situations where it's like, all right, well, if I'm gonna do a string, it's either you're gonna try to challenge it. And yeah, I know that there are aspects of this that exist in Tekken, of course. I'm well aware of that. Tekken player over here. Well, former Tekken player, I should say. But it's like, as a defender, are you going to try to challenge? Are you going to stand there expecting the follow-up string? Or are you going to try to step? And I love that you have this, like, this trinity of all these options. And it just makes the combat more grounded and rooted in, like, all right, I'm gonna do A, how are you gonna respond? And it's the same thing in Virtua Fighter to a degree, where it's like I could do a series of punches and it's like, all right, well, if you think I'm gonna end the string high, I'm gonna do a high hold. Oh shit, I do my high hold, and now I'm grabbing you, because now grabs beat holds, and I'm gonna do, like, you know, extra damage. So I love that whole meta. And in Virtua Fighter, you can kind of do something similar, you know. And I don't know, man. I just think it's just such a fucking better game. It's just such a better fucking game, man. I just wish that I could. I'm kind of a little tired because I woke up about 3 in the morning, and I didn't go to sleep. I didn't go back to sleep, so I'm a little bit tired. But let's see. Yeah, I really enjoy it. I would say so. Itagaki, yeah. Itagaki, he had a profound impact on Harada's, like, life and his career, and they became good rivals, you know. So it's a shame. It's a shame. You had two rock stars battling it out in their game development. But man, like this, of course, is like the closest. Like whenever I look at this guy, I just think Lei. But Lei Fei it's just no. It's literally no comparison. Like this is literally Lei done properly. I wish Lei had half the shit this fucking guy has. Like this is. Let me tell you the thing that really pissed me off about Lei and Tekken. And a lot of Lei players never use this, but I actually managed to find a way to make it useful a long time ago. But I forgot what I did. I'd have to go back in the game. But they gave Lei, I think it was in Tekken, I want to say it's Tekken 6, but I can't remember. But when you hit both kicks, Lei is able to kind of flail his hands around and then go into a stance. And then during the time where he's flailing his hands around, if you press one for dragon, one for dragon, two for panther, three for tiger, four for crane. And if you don't press a button, you just only press the both kick buttons, Lei goes in the snake. Well, during the time where he's flailing his hands away, Lei can actually parry punches and shift into the stance and have a free strike. Well, the problem with that is that Namco, in their infinite wisdom, they made it so that the actual parry does not happen at the start of the animation. So there was like, I found one way to actually get it to where Lei can actually parry an attack while utilizing that move. And it was really fucking stupid. So when I look at something like this from Lei Fei, like this right here, if I'm in this stance and you're mashing like Lao is, if I do punch, you're gonna hold that. You're gonna fucking hold that shit. Lei doesn't have stuff like that. Now, of course, I'm aware that this is Shaolin based, and to my understanding, Lei with the animal arts, Lei is doing, I believe it's Hungar. I think that's the actual name for it, is Hungar. At least that's what I think it is. And so I would love if Virtua Fighter were to give me just a character that uses Snake. Because I think Lao, for instance, Lao uses a variation of Tiger stance with his Koke stance. I just wish that Lao had more like utility in it. Because, like for instance, how do you do it? Yeah, how do you fucking do that shit again? Is it? I thought it was, oh, it's been mad long since I did this shit. How the fuck do you go into that stance? Oh, there we go. So yeah, so this is actually a version of Tiger stance right here. just by the placement of his hands. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so that's basically oh, what's going on, man? What's going on, Mr. D all the way? So this is like a stance that it's a version of Tiger stance. It's a variant of what Lei can do. However, usually what Lei is doing, what up, bro? What up, baby boy? Usually what Lei is doing, his version where he's like this, that's some bullshit. This is usually the Tiger stance that you'll usually see in actual Kung Fu. What Lei is doing, he just has his fucking hands out like this. Like, I don't know what the fuck this bullshit is. So literally every time I see characters in Virtua Fighter, it's like they're just better versions than their Tekken equivalents. And that's the thing that I can't help unsee. Like when I look at Kage compared to Raven, it's not even it's a complete fucking joke. It's a complete joke. When I look at fucking Lei, like, I mean, I can't really compare Lei Fei too much to Lei, because Lei Fei is doing more Shaolin based Kung Fu. And Lei is doing more like, I think, Hungar. But the way Lei Fei's utility with his stances, it's second to fucking none. It really is second to none. There's just so many characters in this game that I feel that the Sega team, they gave these characters exactly what they needed to be viable in this game. Now, I'm sure, you know, I've said it before, I'm sure that there are tiers in this game, 100%. I'm pretty sure there is, like every other fucking fighting game. But at the end of the day, losing in this game, I don't feel like I've been cheated. But in Tekken, I feel like I question many of my losses that I have in Tekken 8. That's just how I feel. I would just say that every game has its share of, like, you know, has its share of bullshit or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I just feel like this game, I just feel like there's I just feel like things make more sense in this game. Like for instance, for me, I consider myself, I would say that Lei Fei is probably, not Lei Fei, I don't talk Lei Fei. Lion is somebody I'm pretty okay with. Now, when I say okay, I don't know if he's still here, but the guy, D all the way that just popped in, I'm pretty sure that if I were to play this guy, he would absolutely eviscerate me. And that's fine, because somebody like him, he understands how to play this game. If I were to play somebody like Denkai, which I have, I would get completely flayed. If I play Rodney, he would pick this fucker right here and absolutely destroy me from one end of the screen to the next. So, but it's because I understand that these are guys that are better than me. And it's not that I can't get to that level, but it's not something that, oh, I could just pick up this character and I could just be godlike. Like, this is not Tekken. And that's the thing, you know. And but I will say, for me, I'm decent with Lion. I wouldn't even call myself I wouldn't even disrespect the Virtua Fighter community. I would say I'm decent. I'm decent with Lion. There was a time, but that's the thing I've noticed, that in the VF community, it's a lot less toxic than Tekken. I could tell you that right off the bat. I real shit. I would fucking back in the day when I met a lot of these guys, and I'm pretty sure D all the way. I'm pretty sure you know exactly who Denkai is. You know who Rodney is. I'm pretty sure you may have even played these guys before. But over here in New York, we had a very small DOA community, and we had Trevor. I don't know what his game name is, but but I know his name is Trevor. Trevor used Go, by the way, and what else? Rodney, he uses Akira. Denkai was using fucking Jackie, but these guys could probably use whoever the fuck they want. Then you had a guy named Gentleman Thief. I think he used Go as well, if I'm not mistaken. And then you had Adam. I think a guy named Adam. So a lot of these guys was in New York, and we like in the Tekken spot, like we would kind of crack jokes on them because we'd see them in the arcade. It'd be like maybe 10 or 8 of them. I'm like, damn, man, these guys, their community is. But it's like at that time, like I didn't really fuck with Virtua Fighter back then. And it wasn't until like, because I always knew like Denkai and Rodney, especially Rodney, because he was a part of my group. Well, not my group, but a group we had called Empire Arcadia. So I got to know Denkai through Rodney, and those are some times like they basically sat me down and was like, okay, this is how you do this is how you do that, and the thing that was good about me is that I was a quick learner, because OG Tekken player, I'm able to understand the concepts and the premises. I understood frame data and all that stuff. So it just came down to like, okay, what character do I want to use, and just kind of go from there. In fact, I had a similar experience in Dead or Alive, but I was at a tournament at that point, and it was but that's a whole different story. But yeah, like I have nothing but good memories playing those guys. In fact, I remember the last time I played this game on stream, I had Denkai pop in, just random, and we were chopping it up for a bit. And he's still in New York, actually, so I'm glad of that. And but I think he's in Long Island somewhere. And so yeah, so I don't know, maybe I'll reach out and if he's in New York. Is this shit even fucking still playing? Because I don't know what's going on with my thing here. Let me see. I think this shit is still playing. Okay, I think it's still playing because it keeps saying that I'm not playing remotely. I'm playing remotely. Shit, wow. Okay, I don't know what the fuck was going on. But I mean, in fact, the first character that I was kind of like messing with was was kind of like Kage. Then I kind of got into like Go. I started liking Go, actually. Oh, I love this music, by the way. This broken house music is pretty godlike. But like the thing is that I liked about and this is shit that I actually figured out on my own, was if they're mashing, if I do like punch, back punch, when I noticed it, I was like, oh shit, okay, so you're plus 24 here. So in my mind, I'm like going through all the moves. I'm like, all right, so what can I do from this? Because this looks like I could get something. And I was like, oh, okay. Full forward 1. Well, I'm thinking Tekken terms, because I put my punch on 1, So 4 forward punch or 4 forward P. This is 23 frames. So if I'm plus 24, that means I have 1 frame I can land this and just kind of go from there and just do my little combo. That's why I say, like, with the Tekken right here, hold on, let me see this. You gotta do this real quick though. That's the bound right there. That's the shit they fucking stole from Virtua Fighter. So that's where that whole bound situation came from, just to kind of put that out there and just to kind of show it. But another thing, like I was kind of showing this earlier, I really love this string. I like that you can like go back into this, and then it's like, all right, well, if they trying to mash, then it's like, all right, bop, 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 whatever, whatever. But I love that you have this, like it just works as like a fucking punch parry and shit. You got all that. You got this. That's a fucking that tracks, so that's pretty cool. Let me see what else we got. I like this. This reminds me of like a Lay's Panther scratch from Panther. Let me see. And then you got the guard break joint right here. You're like plus 16. You go from there. That's what's up. I do like that. Like this is like a high crush. I saw that, so I can just do like, for instance, so we can go. Let me see. So I like that you can. So even though you do punch, oh, my shit is fucking. I don't know what's going on my laptop right now. Hold on. I feel like I was dropping frame. I am dropping frames right now. I can see it. Oh, this shit's fucking annoying. Hold up for a second. Let me see if I can do something about this. I'll probably have some tabs open, I think. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, let me close that. That might work. Let me see. Yeah. Let me see. So we got this. I remember when that grab that forced you into like having to shake the fucking arcade stick, but they took that away. Because I would do this, and then yeah, I would just do that, but they took that away. I gotta admit that seemed kind of scummy though. So I was like, all right, at least I guess they took that away, and yeah, I can't be too mad about that because I was running that online. I was having a good old time with it. I would just fucking just do that, just run that combo all the hell. I was like, fuck this shit. Oh man. I also like I really like this because I like this little low he has. This shit is mad godlike. It's like fucking +7. And then it's like I noticed that if you're +7 with him, you can do forward kick, and it's like gets a gut stun on counter hit and shit. Let me see. Oh, this right here. Oh, I love this. I think this whole situation was really good because like this is like you can't sidestep this last kick. And so it's like, all right, let me just run through this real quick. We put him on guard, right? So you got this, and then bam, you back into the stance. So I love shit like this. So bop, 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 back in the stance. But if they're busy mashing, right? So if I just do this and they're mashing, they could probably try to hit you out. And that's the reason why he has this follow-up move. This is why I always tell people, anytime you have a move that goes into a stance, usually you have something that I call like an interrupter. So if I do this and go into the stance, if they're mashing, they're gonna try to stop me from going in that stance. But if I do this and they mash, that kick is gonna land. So, and the fact that, you know, this is only -8, I'm still safe. So there's no reason to not throw that out, in my opinion. I think on this on the counter hit, this is like a gut stun. And you got this. That's plus. That used to cause a fucking an arcade stick thing that you had to like mash out or whatever. Now they took that away. And this has some high crush property, but I don't think it's very consistent. I think it depends on which frame that you're in. Like when you're at the lowest point, I think it does have a high crush property. It would be cool if he was able to cancel this out and like forward dash. That would be pretty cool, but maybe in the next game. Because I can definitely see like, you know, they would like allow you to cancel that out. But even the regular one is pretty good. I mean, it's safe. And I think you do get like a combo afterwards. And then the back PK version, even the regular version is +2 at least. So that's pretty cool. So I like how you can kind of mix up the timing and shit. So you have the quick one, semi-quick, the extended one. So you can fucking do bop bop. Let me put them back onto, put them back over here. Oh, bop, bop. Okay. So I was basically looking to see like all of his like high crushes. I know, what is it? Back this is a high crush. That's a high crush. And then from there, I think you can, let me see, because you're +19 here. So, let me see. Yeah, so that lands. Oh, no, wait. There should be something. Oh, wait, I see. You can do, wait. Wait a second. Can I do it? That's 18. Oh, okay, that's probably why it's not reaching. Because by the time it reaches... Oh, okay, no, I did it. Okay, yeah, that takes... Yeah, you gotta be, like, quick on the draw for that one. Okay. There we are. Okay. Interesting. I really like these little moves too. This what is it? The quarter circle, half circle forward, half circle forward P, half circle forward PK, because they're basically around the same move. They have the same startup just about. It's like a 2-frame difference, so it's really solid. Wait, what did I used to do from here? I forgot what I used to do from that. It was this, but oh wait. That's 16. So if I'm +16 here, that means okay, I can definitely do that. Yeah, I could do that. Oh, never mind. I could do that. Oh wait, no, can't do that. Alright, guess they won't let you do that. What else am I thinking of? I'm thinking of something else. I like that though, because like you're like +3 right here. So if you get somebody to actually like stand there, but you have to like condition people to do that though. Back circular. What this? I think that's like the sabaki, right? Yeah, that's like if you're talking about this move, that's a quarter circle back. So that'll be like QCB. If that's what you're talking about. I think this shit is mad godlike. Because the reason why I like this move is because he's like still crouched. So you can literally just run it again and mix it up with the mid if you really wanted. Or I think he can fucking go for the grab as well. Yeah, so QCB. Yeah. So QCB. So that's like an easy way, like notation and shit. Because then if it's forward, it'll be like fucking QCF, quarter circle forward and shit like that. But the one thing I would say that when I look at people who play this game like at a high level, I see like one person, like for instance, it'll look almost like this. They attack, sidestep, they attack, sidestep, the person attacks, he sidesteps, and it kind of has like this almost like a tennis match kind of thing where I'm serving and you're returning. And then it's like, okay, if you know I'm gonna sidestep, then you're gonna fucking throw in like a tracking move. Because I think one of the things that's different with Virtua Fighter, and I said this earlier, is if you connect, if somebody is sidestepping, if the move connects like as a normal attack, it's like it has normal properties. But if they're like stepping and they step into a move that is designed to catch you sidestepping, like that move might cause a float instead. So it's not necessarily like a move that's gonna just, like the property may change. Like with Tekken, that it's not quite like that. The property will only really change if it's counting as an actual counter hit. So there's little fine differences with Virtua Fighter than Tekken in that regard. That I really appreciate, because you know I've always been a very detailed person. But yeah, when I look at this, like this shit is so fucking cool. Like when I found out about this kick, I was like, oh shit, this shit is godlike, because now it's like, all right, so I can just do this. If you trying to fucking mash, okay, that's cool. And it's like, it's not like it's a hard move to fucking set up. It's not that hard to fucking do. So now it's like, you know, you're conditioning somebody to not press buttons, or you can sidestep afterwards if you want. I remember I did something else. I'm trying to think, what did I do? Oh, another thing I kind of liked was let me see. I think it was something to do with. It was something to do with this, that, this, something like that. You know, you got all these fucking crazy fucking these. That's the one thing, like with that's the thing I've seen. I've seen people fucking lose their whole shit getting hit on the wall. So I will say, I've seen some pretty brutal fucking wall combos in Virtua Fighter. I will say that. Oh, Virtua Fighter's been always treating me good, man. It's always been good, man. The Head Ninja. That's a good name. I respect that. Yeah, but like Virtua Fighter just... It's like a game where I feel like, you know, I'm nowhere near as knowledgeable about this game as I am with Tekken. But I just feel like I can just chill out, play this game, play a few matches, and I feel like my blood pressure, you know, because like I say, you know, I'm no spring chicken. You know what I mean? Like I'm 45 years old, and like I say, I'm seasoned, but I ain't cooked yet. So, you know, that's just what it is. But yeah, like Tekken, I just feel like I will fucking literally have a heart attack on live stream playing that piece of shit ass game. But with this, I feel like it's definitely a much better experience. I feel like I can make something happen in this game. And now, sure, you know, you can. You know, I've seen people get steamrolled in this game. Shit happens. But, you know, it's still like, I don't know. I just feel like there's just certain, like when I watch high level play of this game versus Tekken, it's like day and night. It's day and night. And I would say the same thing with Street Fighter. Like I can watch something like King of Fighters. Like King of Fighters is like vastly different than Street Fighter. And that's why I started to say that Tekken and Street Fighter are like they're like the fucking shake and bake of fighting games. And like if you want like an actual whole meal, like you'd go and play King of Fighters and Virtua Fighter. You know what I'm saying? But ironically, both Street Fighter and Tekken are more popular because over here, like I said, you know, in this country, we like easy shit. We like, you know, we don't like to struggle too much. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. But I just like that certain characters have moves and techniques that I really appreciate that the developers thought to give them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like this little dash that Lion has. It just makes sense that, you know, with his style, he's like a kind of a small character. He's using a mantis fist. You know, it makes sense for him to have something like this. And then when you look at somebody like Kage, he has moves that look like what a ninja would do. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and then like, let me see. Let me go to fucking Kage again, yo. You know what I mean? Let me go to my boy real quick. And let me see. Let's go here. Yeah, like I just feel like with Kage, he has moves and he does things that just look like what a ninja would actually do. You know what I'm saying? I love his stances. I think they just look really cool. Like I like that hop back that he has. And the thing is, even with him rushing, like it looks well animated. And then you know, he has his different moves and shit. Bop, bop, bop. That. It's a little guard break, I think, right? Or something like that. And then even this sequence here, I like this right here because, so if you do down forward 2 or down forward kick, you know the notations of this shit kills me. You know what I'm talking about. Down forward kick and punch. So this catches them if they're trying to mash. But what I like is that he has the second kick. He has a secondary kick here, which is cool. So that means if you're conditioning them to not press buttons, they're going to take that. So I really like that. So if he's not pressing anything, so you go into stance. I really like that. I really like that transition. And that transition works if they're not pressing buttons. If they're not pressing buttons, boom, you can do that. But if they are pressing buttons, look how long you can delay this. But the thing is, what's an interesting thing that I don't know how many people notice. While you can delay the actual strikes, you can't delay him going into the stance. You have to commit to go in the stance. So you have to actually, so the commitment, the full commitment is you trying to go into the actual stance like so. But I can't delay doing the stance the way I can delay each strike like this. Bop, bop, wait. Bop, bop, bop. Bop, bop. Bop, bop, bop. So if I know somebody's gonna try to mash after the second hit, then I know I could do that last part right there. Or I can make it so that it don't even get to that point. I can just do down forward kick, kick. But I think this looks like a high attack. I think this is a high attack. Let me see. Yeah, okay. So that's a high. All right. So okay. Okay. So this one. So I know that's all right, so that's, yeah, so there's the mid right there. So there's the mix-up right there. And then from this, you're plus, what is it? What are you, plus one? Yeah, so you plus one right there. Okay. So bop, bop. Now, I don't know if you can, I don't know if this jails. I'm not sure, like, so I don't know if he can, like, I don't know if you could set this up in practice mode like that. Or maybe you can. Let me see. Stand. Nah, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing I'll say I do like about Tekken 8 is I do like their practice mode options. Let me see. So, all right. Let me see. Yeah, so if this guy's looking to mash, that's going to keep them in check. But I can still fucking just do the kick and not press anything, and I'm still safe. And I can sidestep. Or, from what I know of Kage, you could do a down forward one. I think that kills high attacks. Like this, but he recovers in time. But if I were to do the same thing with standing one, the standing one is +2. So if I do standing one into that, he's in there. So that's a free combo right there. So that's gonna get people to fucking respect. And it's not hard to land, like, to at least threaten with a jab, you know what I'm saying? You're not really overly committing. So if I see you're trying to retaliate back, then it's like, you know, whatever combo after that, whatever, you know. I ain't big on the combos now. You know, I got those, I do them baby wipe damage combos, so, you know, don't judge me. You know. But yeah, I just love his transitions and like what he can do as a character. Like I love it. Like they're just moves that they just look mad good to me. And mind you, I'm like everything I'm doing with this character, I'm already in my mind, I'm envisioning Raven right now. And I'm like, yo, that character is fucking trash, yo. I'm sorry. I know there's people like Immortal Soul and other people that, you know, they have hope for the character, but the character is just so, like, all right, here, how the fuck you have a ninja, right? But you make his running attack the slowest in the fucking game. But you have King, who has a faster running attack than Raven. Make that make sense. Like, what the fuck? How does Jack 8, a fucking robot that weighs like 2 million tons, has a faster running attack than Raven? Isn't Raven the character that we saw slice through Jack in like a fucking opening cinematic back in Tekken 5, and he did shit in like 2 seconds? So how in the fuck you give him a slow ass running attack, but everybody else under the sun, like that shit is wild to me. Like I even know like Eddie Gordo, for instance, right? Eddie Gordo has his running attack is 26 frames. Now, to be in all fairness, that kind of makes sense because Capoeira is not really known for its speed. And also, looking at what Eddie is doing, it kind of makes sense that he's, you know, his thing is a little bit slow. But why would you make Raven's running attack the same frame as Eddie? And then they patch it, and now, oh, it's 22 frames. I'm just like, there's just so many things about that game that makes no sense from a design standpoint. It just doesn't. So when I look at this character, a real fucking ninja, I'm like, this is a ninja done properly. When I look at Ayane, another shinobi done properly. When I look at Brad Burns, that's a character I would love to see somebody like Poke Chop or Shinblade get into. I think they would personally love Brad Burns, in my opinion. When I look at Brad Burns versus Steve Fox, bro, that shit is not even a competition. Steve Fox looks like a fucking child compared to what Brad Burns can do. And that's where I got to thinking, and I was like, wait a second. Is it that every single, like, if there's a character that both Virtua Fighter and Tekken kind of share, like in terms of the archetype, it just seems to me that Virtua Fighter's version shits on Tekken. Like, that's what it just seems like to me. Maybe I'm bugging, but that's just how it looks to me. Like, all right, so we got a backflip from Raven that puts him into that stupid gimmicky soul zone, but then we have a backflip from Kage that puts him into this. Okay. So now I really like this because if you notice his walk speed, he actually walks back faster than he walks forward. But even his forward walk speed looks good. It's serviceable. But unlike Raven, Kage could do this. Like, unlike Raven, Kage could do this. I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. It ain't working. Raven ain't working, yo. I think Immortal Soul, I think you and every other Raven user, I think you guys should drop $20 and cop you some Virtua Fighter and dedicate some time to some Kage. I think you guys would appreciate this. For real. Like Raven, like that's exactly like good point, baby boy. Like Raven, at least in Tekken, Raven is shown being very fast. So why is it that in Tekken Raven feels like he's like some slow ass character. But then when I look at somebody like Lydia, I don't know, man. I don't know. And Keylocks, yeah, I can see. Yeah, Virtua Fighter is far more superior game, more serious in terms of gameplay. What's holding it back is its horrible netcode. You feel this game has a bad netcode? I mean, I'm not gonna deny, but if D All the Way is here, unless he moved on, I don't know, but maybe he can speak to that. I'm sure, you know, he probably would be more qualified to answer that. I played a few matches online. I didn't really have much issues, but you know, I don't know. I mean, it's not the worst netcode I've been on, but I guess there's room for improvement, I guess, right? So, but well, yeah, this game does use rollback netcode, so I don't know what could be causing the net issues. I don't know if it's just you guys are playing Wi-Fi players. I'm not too sure. Oh, okay. Okay, so you didn't play Revo yet. Yeah, I would think at Revo the netcode is better, but Crypto God is saying the same thing, so yeah, I don't know. I mean, I can't deny what you guys are saying, but I just know it, for me, I didn't really have that many issues with the netcode personally. But I feel like netcode is like, that's like something, it's like a resume. You can always improve on a resume. You know, so that's what I think. Oh, yeah. Well, Raven. Let me see. Raven, why with some of his moves does he have to be hit in order to disappear? Yeah. And that's another thing with Raven. When you're getting hit, you're actually taking recoverable damage. So that's just the point. That's why with the thing that they added for Raven in season 3, yeah, Kage is the fucking, if you want a capable shinobi, just play Raven. Or shit, you know, I mean, excuse me, play Kage. Or just go to play Dead or Alive. You could play fucking the shinobi, play Ryu Hayabusa if you really want to do something. Because, you know, the funny thing about Ryu in Dead or Alive that I think is really cool is that Ryu has a stance where if you tap up, Ryu will literally disappear. Like, that's a part of his kit, and he could do different moves from there. Whereas Raven, like the guy said earlier, like, you kind of have to be hit in order to do that. It's kind of stupid. But yeah, Raven is just, he's a poor man's shinobi. He definitely is. 100%. Like, it's just, I don't know, man. Oh, what's up, Hyper Starkage? Yeah. I just feel like this game just has the things that, it just feels like characters are better fleshed out. I mean, it's not like I never said I don't play Virtua Fighter. But I can understand what you know, I can understand, Crispy, that it's a bit of a surprise. But I'll have you know, I'm done with Tekken 8, bro. You know, in case you didn't get the memo, I'm done with that fucking game. I've put forth, I think I've done a good effort in Tekken 8. I used a character that's not even my fucking character. I've never been a Raven main, but I mean, shit, what was I, Tekken God? No, I was a Tekken God in season 2. I was a Tekken King in season 1, using a fucking character I've never used really before. So, you know, I did my, you know, I did a little something. But I'm pretty sure I must have raised my blood pressure playing that shit. Like I say, man, you know, I'm no young man anymore. You know, I only have so many rage out moments left in me. But I try to, you know, the latest video, I'm trying to call on the larger people in the Tekken community, you know, that have far larger channels than I do, that if these guys, if they want Tekken to really change, words are not going to reach those developers. And I just feel like they're not willing to make the sacrifices necessary. But I feel like I did my part, you know. That's why I posted the thing I did with Main Man, you know. That's actually something I said earlier. I was like, yeah, you gotta. If I want to be, if I'm saying, yeah, I want things to be changed, and I'm calling people hypocrites for playing Tekken 8, even though they're saying, hey, you know what, Tekken 8 is this, that, and the other, then it's like, if I'm still playing the game, what does that make me? You know what I'm saying? So I had to give it up. I like this jumping move that Kage has. It's pretty cool. And I also like that so he has this, he has that. So that's a good little mix. Because this is 28 frames, this is 30 frames. This looks like it's a high. I think it's a high attack, right? I think it's a high. Yeah, it's a high. But this is a mid. Yeah, so that's cool. I'm pretty sure it's a wall splat, right? Yeah, it's a wall splat there. Right. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Okay, I like figuring little things out. That grab is crazy.